You may not look like what we are used to,
Right.
but you're one of us.
Yeah.
And and uh and I think that's exciting. That's been a real um, surprise about this whole experience thus far is being pioneers. That's one genre I never thought I would be in. But
What is that?
I think country music has notoriously been known for being very niche.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get into.
Sure, I thought you were going to say notorious in what?
Yeah, I mean that too, that too. But I think things are changing. I think a lot of the people there want it to change.
Yeah.
There in Nashville.
Interesting.
I do. I really believe that.
Yeah.
Having been in country music now for 2 years, I see that people are welcoming us. And be like, wow, this is what we've been waiting for. Someone who is genuine about being in this space, which Shaboozey is.
Yeah.
Even 4 years before, I think 5 years before, he had even written a bar song. He was in Nashville, running the streets and meeting people and learning as much as possible. Emmylou Harris went to his high school, right? So he's able to speak about these things, and I can speak about them now because he does. And I've learned so much from him about the genre,
Right.
and I think he knows more about country music than a lot of country music artists.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah.
And once people have seen that he's really authentic in this space, oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
You may not look like what we are used to,
Right.
but you're one of us.
Yeah.
And I think that's exciting. That's been a real surprise about this whole experience thus far is being pioneers. I think we feel that way.
Yeah.
We're looking back too. We're seeing people come through and pop up
From the door that you guys.
that I think maybe wouldn't have gotten the shine that they're getting right now without one Beyonce just being like, hey,
Yeah.
wow, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we're here, and this guy's amazing. But then Boozy walking through that door for
Yeah.
sure.
And then just
Yeah,
wide open.
you see it in, you're seeing Cassius Culpepper and Tanner Adele, who's also on the Beyonce album.
Yeah.
Raina Roberts, and these really great Black country singers. Warren Treaty were already there, but I think we're all getting so much more shine because Shaboozey is who he is.
Authentic. Just like you said, the authenticity matters. It doesn't matter what genre you're across, but if you're authentic, people will accept you.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a little break because if you're listening and thinking, fuck, I could really use some guidance right now, and you're serious about building your career in the music industry, I'm now offering private strategy sessions. These are fully personalized, just you and me tackling whatever you need in your career. With over 16 years of experience working with artists, managers, and brands, I can help you map out your next moves. Now, whether that's structuring your team, scaling your brand, navigating the industry, even figuring out what steps to take, whether to go to a distributor or to a record label and figuring out what are the best deal points, I can help you with your career with where you're at. You can now book a one-on-one with me through my Calendly, and you can find the link in the description. Now let's get back to the pod.
Absolutely.
Have you met Chief and Simon, guys from the Core?
No.
Okay. Well, they're in the country space as well. Good dudes, but they're saying the same thing. They love it. They think that Nashville, because it's most of the scene is in there, needs this diversity and this energy because if you're great, you're great, and if you're
That's it.
That's it.
It's just like in hip hop. If you're a great rapper, if you're a great artist, by all means, you're here.
Yeah.
And I think historically, country has not been that.
Right.
But I think Nashville is wide open for it, and we didn't win any CMAs, and there was definitely some thought that I've had about that. Shaboozey's doing his own thing, and it's not a reflection of him, but I had a few thoughts, but we're here.
This is the thing that I really enjoy talking with you about is you actually shine a lot of light on all the people that you work with. It seems like you're of service to everyone.
Yeah.
Right. And so by doing that, you're actually, to your point, you said you're being a world builder.
Yeah.
For the artists, the clients that you're working with. And so even if you have some thoughts about how something has transpired that you don't necessarily agree with, you say, okay, it is what it is. I do have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like, I can't change that. It's happened. All we continue to do is just continue to build this. And to the point where you said it's just like it becomes undeniable. So, like, what are we talking about at that point?
100%. 100%. I think when you're putting things together, like I have been, like me and my partner, Boss Pouty, and my partner, Jeremy Scholar, have been for a long time, like the way that I like to do things is hire people that I feel are going to do a good job, and then trusting myself that I made the right decision.
Yeah.
And letting those people do their jobs. And I think a lot of times, managers, they'll get a little stuck in the details and the micromanaging of the people that you've hired. And I just don't do that. Now, there are corrections that are made along the way.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to, again, trust that I've made the right decision in hiring this person and letting them fly. And if we need to have discussions along the way, that's great. But I'm gonna trust that you know what you're doing.
Were you always like that?
No, no, not always.
When did that eureka moment happen, and when did that change?
I think it was like, yeah, when I first came to Range, you know,
Oh, wow.
and I had to I had to let go. You know, I think when starting the heavy group with the Jeremy, it was just us. So anyone that we hired, it was very important for us to be on everybody's ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with coming into Range and me wanting to expand my business, I wanted to have the freedom and time to do that. You know, I wanted to trust that someone was going to make that call or email to Spotify to say, hey,
Gotcha.
Ben Kessler's coming out this week, you know, and he's a new artist and he's great, you know?
Yeah.
And these are all the details that you need to know about this release, right? And I think before I wasn't, I literally did it every time.
Yeah.
And but now you have to trust again that you've made the right decision.
Yeah.
You know, that these people share the same passion as you and free up your time to sign Shaboozey. Free up your time to partner with a boss to make sure that, you know, that your career continues to flourish. You know what I'm saying? And it was obviously the right decision.
Yeah.
To be able to trust people to and trust yourself. Again, I think ego comes into it. It's like, okay, no, I have to do this. It's me. I have to do it all.
Yeah.
Right. But if I flip that, it's like I'm already doing it. I've already done it by hiring this person.
Yeah. Exactly. You do the work.
I'm trusting myself already that I've made the right decision.
Right. And so even when you were with the heavy group, it's not that you needed it's not that you wanted to be this way where you were micromanaging. You needed to because it was a very small infrastructure.
Very small. And also, you know, I was still learning.
Right.
You know,
and so you think that this is the way that it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, right.
But at a certain point, it sounds like to me like you figured out it can't be this way. And I need to find a space, a place where I can delegate and trust the individuals are amazing at what they do so it could free up your time, to buy back your time, essentially. That's what you're doing ultimately at the end of the day. Because if you then stay too long in the weeds with something, it's like a dollar job or it's like a $5 job. But I got to focus on the $500 job.
Absolutely.
I got to make sure that the vision is moving forward. The needle is moving in the right direction strategically. 20,000 feet above the air is where you're going to be the most valuable to your client at this point.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well said.
Yeah. Talk to me, speaking of Range, speaking of, Jay and Jeremy.
Yeah.
You got And now more infrastructure that you have. You have a JV with 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Is the name of the record label, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
100%. 3 a.m. is actually the brainchild of Jay. You know, Jay is the first and still only South Asian to ever go number one in America. Still,
Only.
yeah, which is amazing, right?
Yeah.
16 years later,
Wow.
still, and you know, he's always been a champion for his people, and I through him have fallen in love with the Indian culture. It's a beautiful culture. I think a lot of the songs that we hear without knowing it are heavily influenced by Indian sounds and rhythms and tablas and everything. And I don't think that culture or community has gotten the credit for it. You know? So we've been looking for artists, producers, songwriters of Indian descent to across the diaspora to come in and be recognized.
Yeah.
That's basically it. I mean, we've certainly we're expanding those things as well. Like we are a record label, so if something comes up that's like different, you know, but still within the parameters, like we're happy to move forward there. But 3 a.m. is a labor of love that we've been going through for the last couple of years, and we finally got a home for in Virgin and Outrange.
Okay, nice. Where'd the name come from?
It's funny you asked that because I said earlier, you know, around 1, 2 a.m., Jay and I would be like, man, we got to get out of here, man. We got to finish this record. So Jeremy and Jay and I, we were like, well, 3 a.m. is like the time that we would be listening back before we left. So 3 a.m. it's like we went through the whole we wrote the song. 3 a.m. is the time where it's like, let's listen to this thing back before we leave. and that's is like a euphoric thing to do. It's like, wow, we killed it today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the song is awesome. So let's go.
Sounds good. You like it?
You good? You good?
Perfect.
Out of here, you know?
3 a.m. is the party starts in Miami.
Come on,
or Vegas. Like that's when it gets going. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's funny because I am nowhere near that part of my life anymore.
Me neither, but we can talk about it laughing.
Yeah. But I think that's what makes it nostalgic, though.
Yeah,
you know?
I would love to tell you about my experience in Miami, but I can't because I do not remember this.
Yeah.
That's just this is the
I'm saying the only thing I remember is writing down. That's it.